Gone are the days of non-conference blowouts. It's tournament time, and the Trojans have playoff success in their DNA.
Open your pocketbooks as USC looks for championship number 101. Time to get the cash flowing.
Welcome back to Sports Scene in Studio C of the Julie Chen, Leslie Moonves, and CBS Media Center. I'm Ken Masenchi.
And I'm Evan Bodrovich, proud to give you the latest and greatest news and analysis in Trojan sports. So we begin with the second-ranked women's tennis team. Since they don't actually have a conference tournament, the women of Troy are battling one another in singles and doubles competition this week in Ojai, California. Juliana Olmos enters the tournament as one of the best singles players in the conference, while Sabrina Santamaria brings veteran experience as a former doubles champion. On the doubles side, of course, Zoe Katz and Ken's gal, Zoe Skandalis, have a great shot of winning the doubles title this week.
The whole weekend's going to be really good competition, and it's going to help all of us going into NCAAs, which is like the perfect, it's like exactly what we need. It's going to be tough and really fun, and we're going to do everything we can to take all the singles, doubles, everything we can.
The women of Troy are leaving campus here on Wednesday before tomorrow's opening round action. So Ken, now that we know the way the brackets are shaped out, and I want to talk to you about a player to watch coming up in this tournament.
Well, I know you want me to say Zoe Skandalis, and I believe she is a big key to the USC success. I think it's Madison Westby. She ended up capturing that win against UCLA and made the big plays to give them that Pac-12 championship. So I think her continued success as a freshman helps out the team immensely.
So now with USC being one of the top two teams overall, what does that mean just from a mindset with teams coming after them and then trying to upset them?
That's the thing. You have to understand that people are coming after you, and you have to go into every match knowing, look, they're coming after us, they're giving us our best shot. We have to come every time and give them our best shot as well.
So this is an interesting tournament, I think, for one reason, right? It doesn't really affect your NCAA tournament play. You lose, you win, it's not a huge factor. As a former athlete yourself, Ken, what's that mindset like when you're going into a tournament knowing that, yes, there's pride on the line, but it's not a be-all, end-all if you don't win it?
Just knowing that you're in a tournament just renews, the regular season can kind of drag on. But then as you get into tournament time, postseason time, even if it's not lose and go home, it still brings up that you just want to go after whoever it is in front of you. And you face most of these opponents before, and now you're just trying to take them on again and try and get a banner or a ring or whatever it may be as a tournament champ.
Well, Ken, if things go well, we might have a USC versus USC final on Sunday in the championship matchups.
After taking down the Oregon Ducks at home last weekend, the Trojan baseball team heads up to Oregon to battle the Oregon State Beavers in Corvallis. The Beavers are 16-3 at home, but the Trojans are ready to make a statement on the road.
I think our main focus is to just take everything one pitch at a time. We need to clean up a couple things, but as far as everything goes, I think if we just play good defense, hit like how we've been hitting and pitch how we've been pitching, I think we'll be fine.
The Trojans are 2 games ahead of the Beavers in conference standings, and they sit at number 10 in the national rankings. Voice of baseball here. So they're heading into a hostile environment up there in Corvallis. What do they need to do to make a statement?
Well, first of all, you look back at recent success, right? They went into Arizona, swept a series there. They took 2 out of 3 against Washington. That's good success on the road. And if you can build off of that, especially against a good Oregon State team, you follow that same formula, you're going to win some games. So
Mitch Hart played a big role in the last game against Oregon. What is a freshman like that stepping up? How does that help this team?
Well, it's been so impressive. Already 6-1 as a starter this year. A kid who they expected a lot from, but he's really stepped up in a game that the Trojans needed some pitching. That first weekend series where they struggled to pitch all year, but Hart steps up, gives them 6 innings of work, and you can get that type of performance every week. It just solidifies the rotation.
And we're halfway through Pac-12 play. What has impressed you so far, and what do you hope continues as the Pac-12 play finishes up?
Well, it's all about pitching, right? So this team has been able to hit a lot this year, but if they can continue to pitch, remember, they beat Oregon State 2 out of 3 last year, and they were one of the top teams in the country. You pitch every weekend with your good starters rolling, it gives you that much more of a chance to win series. They've already won 4 of their 5 Pac-12 series this year. So you win every series in front of you, and you're just going to be that much higher in the rankings.
And after this weekend series, the Trojans will be back at home to host baseball powerhouse Cal State Fullerton on Tuesday. And now we toss it over to Ani Ukar, who is making her sports scene debut.
Thanks, Ken. It's time for a postseason edition of Lighting the Torch. We start off with men's volleyball. The Trojans are hosting BYU on Saturday in the opening round of the MPSF tournament. The 4th-seeded Trojans are looking to guarantee a spot in the NCAA tournament.
We've beaten every single team in the tournament, so we're confident going in. We know that it's going to be a battle every single game. will be a tough match for us, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
If the Trojans win, they will take on the winner of the UC Irvine-UCLA matchup on April 30th. Now to women's golf. The Trojans ranked first in the country but have struggled in the Pac-12 championships this week. USC was tied for 5th heading into the final round, 12 shots behind co-leaders Oregon and UCLA. Here's a look at the updated scores. The team will head to the NCAA Regional Championships in 2 weeks. Men's tennis won a share of the Pac-12 championship last week. As a result, they get a first-round bye in the conference tournament this weekend. The Trojans will face off against the winner of UCLA and an opponent that will be determined on Wednesday. USC won the Pac-12 team championship in 2012 and have finished in the second place of last 2 years.
We're just out there to play our best, and let the results speak for themselves. We're not too worried about win or lose, just like how hard we work. But if we play as hard as we can and as well as we can, we should come out on top.
The Trojans have won 5 of the last 6 national championships. The women's water polo team heads to Tempe to partake in the MPSF tournament and will take on San Jose State in the first round on Friday.
After a tough loss against UCLA, I think we're definitely looking over video, watching what we made mistakes on, really trying to focus on all those things, especially now that it's postseason game. It's all about the detailed aspects of the game that little things will make a big difference when it counts.
With a win, the 3rd seed women of Troy could potentially set up a semifinal matchup with 2nd seed UCLA. USC will hope to avenge its 2 regular season losses to its crosstown rival. We want to wish all the USC squads good luck in their postseason competitions. Now, let's send it over to Reed Silverman at the Sports Pod with updates on Trojans playing on the professional hardwood.
Thanks, Ani. While USC student athletes are busy with Pac-12 championships, some Trojan alumni are in the midst of their own postseason on the NBA. Toronto Raptors wing DeMar DeRozan is leading his side in scoring with 17.5 points per game so far. However, he couldn't help Toronto win either of its first 2 home games against the Wizards. The Quantum native left SC in 2009. It was named Pac-10 tournament MVP in his only year on campus. Meanwhile, DeRozan's ex-teammate Taj Gibson and the Chicago Bulls swept their home games against the Bucks and have taken a 2-0 lead in the series. Gibson left USC as the 2nd best shot blocker in school history and led the Trojans to an NCAA tournament berth in 2008. Gibson's star teammate on that tourney squad, O.J. Mayo, will try to take down Gibson's Bulls as the series head to Milwaukee. Mayo played just 1 year for the Trojans but earned all Pac-10 first-team honors and led USC to a Pac-10 tournament championship. Fun fact, the last Trojan alums to win an NBA Finals were Gabe Pruitt and the White Mamba Brian Scalabrine with the 2008 Celtics. Evan, back to you.
We started off the show talking about women's tennis, but the road to the top was filled with some slippery fingers along the way. After fighting back from a tough deficit against UCLA, the Trojans celebrated the Pac-12 crown like no other. Except in all the celebration, USC's trophy came crashing down, unlike their undefeated hopes in the conference this year.
The trophy was already broken and it wasn't glued on totally. And we took our team picture, thankfully, and got it. But then the seniors were going to take a picture. Sabrina was just holding it and it just fell. And we were all in slow motion, but it just fell. Some networks or some online things, they said they wanted to be rock stars, and so they threw it because they won, but it just fell.
But don't worry, the records are still in place, and USC enters the NCAA tournament with some championship expectations.
And with the postseason in full swing, it was a perfect time for Trojan athletes to be honored for their outstanding performances throughout the year. Sports Scene's Beverly Pham and Natalie Calabat were on hand to check out the annual Tommy Awards.
This is Beverly and Natalie Calabat here at the Tommy Awards,
recognizing USC's top athletes.
Tennis player Zoe Scandalis, Trojan of the Year award. Pretty cool. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's what I said. I went up there and I was like, well, this is cool.
This is cool.
Everyone here is doing such amazing things. Like I also said when I was up there, I'm getting chills sitting here. Everyone's so talented. Yeah, cool. It's an honor.
How did it feel to host the Tommy Awards tonight?
It was great. It was fun.
my last Tommy Awards. It's been a pleasure being a part of Trojan Athletic Senate and a part of the Tommy Awards, to be associated with this athletic department, all the athletes at USC. It's been awesome. Tonight was really fun.
How does it feel being a senior?
Mixed emotions. It's been an amazing 4 years at USC. I'm excited for what's next. My experience playing football here and going to school here has really prepared me for whatever it is that I'm going to face in the real world. But it's going to be a bummer to leave, but I'm excited to see what's next.
You look gorgeous. Coral must be the new color for spring. Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Guess, one of my favorite brands.
Tonight I'm wearing blue jeans and polo shirt, Armani.
Armani.
I'm wearing a green dress from Ross. Pretty simple, but I like the way it fit, and I like to shop with not spending too much money. And then I'm borrowing a pair of wedges from my teammate who wears the same size shoe as me, conveniently.
I don't even know. I think this is Banana Republic and New Balances with Joey's.
Lots of awards given away. The Tommy Award video, the biggest part of the whole awards ceremony, went to rowing this year. They did a beautiful job on the Titanic video. Very cool.
Yes, it's certainly been a great year for Trojan Athletics, and back to you.
And congrats to all those winners. And that wraps up this week's Sports Scene. For Evan, I'm Ken. See you next week.
See ya.